Yeah. What's up, fellas? This is the I keep saying I value respected. Before I even dive into that, let me just start over and say, what's up, fellas?
Hey,
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 what's up, big
hey.
dog?
Man, I got too many podcasts going on. But J Dub, how's it going up there on your side of the town?
But they're going good. Can't complain. Basketball season for the little one just ended. Wrestling for
Yeah,
the big one just getting rolling. The snow coming back down. All the things here in the big sky country.
Big Sky Country. Coach, where you at?
Man, I'm hustling a couple dollars here in beautiful Broken Bow, Oklahoma. And I will say this, I love Broken Bow. I love the people. Countryside's beautiful. You get just 9 miles north of town, you get into Ho Chi Town. A lot of people know what that is and what that's all about, and that's exploding. But before I forget, I got to say a shout out to a buddy of mine here out this way. Zane, if you're out there listening, you said you might be on. So what's up? And hope you're on, bud.
That's what's up. Y'all, this is the FairWeather Fan Podcast, and I'm your boy EC22. We're in for another live podcast. I got my boy J-Dub all the way up north, and of course, we got Coach D-Way, who is currently out of sorts. He is over in the log cabin. Y'all, let's go ahead and get started. Real quick, I want to do something because here we are. We are in the Texas State Finals of the high school football, man. I just want to kind of throw this out there real quick for those you're listening, man. Listen, we have, starting out with Conference 1A, six-man Division 1. We have Whiteface, 14-0, going against Gordon, 14-0. Conference 1A, six-man Division 2. We have Jayton versus Oakwood. Conference 2A, Division 1, we have Stanford versus Ganado. Conference 2A, Division 2, we have Montessort versus Shiner.
Munster and Shiner?
Yeah.
Woo,
yeah.
That'd be a good game.
It got 13-2 versus 12-3. All right. Yeah. Conference 3A Division 1. We have Malakoff, who's back in it again, versus Columbus, who's back at it again. So we're going to see what they're going to do. 15-0 versus 14-1. All right. In Conference 3A Division 2, we have north of us, Gunter, 13-2 versus down south, Woodville, over in Southeast Texas.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. We got another good one that I'm going to be closely watching. We got my neighbor, Salina, 15-0 versus where my family is from, Kilgore, 13-2. That's Conference 4A Division 1. Yeah.
Bulldogs, baby. Bulldogs, baby.
Give it up for Big Mike Wayne out there in beautiful Kilgore.
Yeah, what's up? That's what's up. Conference 4A Division 2. We have Carthage versus Waco Lavaga. 14-1 versus 12-3. Here we go for down here in the Dallas Metroplex area, Conference 5A Division 1. We have Dallas Highland Park versus Commonwealth Smithson Valley. Y'all think Highland Park gonna win the state championship?
Man, that's all they do is they're always getting the finals. Man, Randy Allen, he's been coaching there for like 105 or something? He's older than dirt.
I know, right? And my alma mater, Conference 5A Division 2, South Oak Cliff for the fourth straight year has made the Texas Finals, going against Richmond Randall. 13-2, South Oak Cliff, Richmond Randall, 15-0 undefeated. But I believe they're going to get their first loss on Saturday. I mean, on this actually only Friday. All right. The big upset of last week, Conference 6A Division 1, North Crowley defeated Duncanville. So North Crowley, we're going against Austin Westlake, 15-0 versus 14-1. Everybody's, because North Crowley beat Duncanville, we are predicting North Crowley to go ahead and get that dub. Over on the west side of the Metroplex, we got South Lake Carroll in Conference 6A Division 2 going against Austin Vandergrift. Whoa.
Wow.
That's going to be a tough match. Metroplex versus Metroplex. Ooh-wee. I still believe in our North Texas teams with South Lake Carroll is going to take it on home.
One school I didn't hear, and that's unusual, is Aledo. I didn't hear their name.
Aledo is not on there, and Aledo, they usually be on there.
Oh, they're popping every year.
Yeah, and I'm surprised there are no the Denton Geyer hasn't made it on there. I'm like, man,
or Ryan, one of those two, But I'm kind of used to seeing the Bearcats from Aledo, make it. Oh, here we go. There's that good looking twin.
That Joker boy.
Yeah.
He look like roadkill over there. Big D, what's going on, man?
What up, Big D? What up, Big D?
What he say, class of 95. Yes, sir. That's when we came out, man. Thanks for supporting Big D.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
We can boogie, we can jive. We're the class of 95. Come on.
Ooh, we should put that on a t-shirt. Oh, he got a little acronym for those. You know, we already know what that acronym sock BTA.
Oh, I know.
He say chilling.
Oh, okay, good, man. Sock is the home of the one and only Darrell Arthur.
Well, yeah, he came from we love Darrell Arthur, but his contribution to the NBA was short lived. So
yes, sir.
But no, he was a good kid though. We got caught a little controversial with all the cheating scandals and stuff like that. Cost us the state final, so I'm still a little salty on that.
Good. Man,
Coach Mays did all he could and for all that nonsense that happened. D-Way, we have a matchup this Saturday in women's college basketball. We got none other Paige Beckers and UConn Huskies going against USC with our girl Juju Watkins. Ooh, all the way E.
I'm so beat down right now.
Championship matchup.
I want to be one to bring that up so I can impress J-Dub, man. So he'd know. Whoa, what's D-Way? What you doing, man? No, I'm hyped for that game. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking off Saturday. For those who don't know, if y'all work with me, y'all know I won't be there Saturday night. Y'all heard it first here on the FairWeather Fan Podcast. But Jada, what do you expect out of that matchup?
But I expect USC to win. Actually, I expect both young ladies to ball out, and I expect a 30-piece from both of them. And wow. Again, it should be both these teams are going to go far in the tournament, barring some unseen injury or something crazy. But it should be. It's the new rivalry, the future rivalry. Even though it's not going to be because they're not going to play each other that many times. It ain't like Angel and Caitlin were in the same class and played each other over and over.
Right.
But no, I expect Juju to do her thing. I mean, every game I get to watch of her, she impresses me more and more.
Yeah,
just her handles, her high level IQ. Obviously, Paige is a sharpshooter. I mean, she's deadly from anywhere on the floor. But man, I really think I said this every time we've talked about it. I think Juju's fixing to change the game.
Yeah.
I said this a couple weeks ago, and you guys kind of frowned at me. We're gonna see because I love Paige. I hope she's as good as I think she is. And I want to see her go up against the best, which she will this weekend. And I want to see her perform at the height of her talent, her level in a game like this. This is going to have the energy and ability is going to be like it's an NCAA Final Four game, Jason.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's going to be cool in itself. But you see two of the game's best going head to head, so to speak. I just want to see both girls ball out. So
yeah.
So Paige is phenomenal. She is a next level talent. She's going to do very good things in the WNBA, but she's going to be a Kelsey Plum. She's going to be a great guard, a great assistant, a great, to an Asia Wilson. Where Juju is going to be a Caitlin. Juju is going to be a Cheryl Swoops. She's going to be the girl that can run a team with 4 scrubs. She's tall enough to play guard on the women's level. She shoots well enough. She can get to the hole and make her own shot, or she can get to the hole and get somebody else a shot. So, I think she's going to change what we expect from young ladies playing basketball all the way around.
I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right.
We got when you're looking at I'm looking at these stat leaders. I mean, Juju is number 3 in the country, and that's saying a lot because this is Juju Watkins number 3 in the country with 24 points a game. But Tanaya Lotson over at Florida State, man, the girl, she's phenomenal, man. You like a lot out of her game. I can't wait to see exactly how she's going to fit with this organization if she's going to come to the league right now. These girls, that's the sad part because they don't come out early. She's just a junior, so it's like I don't know. I wish I don't know. I wish it would be more like the men where the girls can actually come on early, but I don't know. What do you think? Should the girls come out early, or do you want them to stay 4 years? What up, Lewis?
But both. I think it's going to start happening. I think it's going to, I mean, as a college basketball fan, I think it's going to start happening. I just want to
Yeah.
backdoor you on that comment real quick. The reason Juju isn't leading the nation in scoring is because she's got a couple ballers playing with her. Kiki, I'm not going to try her last name.
Yeah.
Ararfin, she's a baller in her own right. So it's not Caitlin, where Caitlin was the main girl. Caitlin was the girl. Where Juju's got a squad around her. So she's got a couple ladies playing with her that they're all going to end up in the WNBA.
Yeah, Kiki Ariffin. Yeah, 6'3", senior, man. So yeah, she's a big girl, 6'3".
Yeah, she's a big girl.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, Caitlin. Yeah, you're right. And the fact that you do have Kiki, and she's still
averaging 20 points. Also, I'm sorry. I think she's.
Let me see. Kiki is averaging where she's at on this list. She is averaging 18 points, close to 20 points. But this is average. But she does have days where she's leading scorer in a certain outing or whatever. So it depends on they play to their defense. And who's out there playing to their opponents. So yeah, she's a baller. He's just right now. Juju is getting all the press.
Mm-hmm. As she should.
And it's going to happen. Somebody's going to come out early. And candidly, guys, I wouldn't be surprised to see Juju be the first to do that. We'll see. The only problem with that, Jada, don't forget what you're going to say, is it's kind of like we talked about Caitlin Clark as a 23, 24-year-old versus where she's going to be when she's 28, 29, 30.
Right.
Right.
And
that's
so,
exactly right.
But you made a comment a minute ago when you said Paige Beckers is going to be more of a Kelsey Plum. That's pretty impressive.
That's high praise. That's
pretty
impressive.
That's really impressive.
That was no backdoor. I wasn't trying to allude to something, but again,
what were you going to say about the other thing about the coming out early?
So Juju's not going to come out early because if y'all look at her, I've looked into her a little bit, not too much, but she's a phenomenal student as well. Just like I said 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's going to be the first young lady who's not doing well in classes.
Makes sense.
That it's a better option for her to leave now than to keep struggling through classes that she's not going to need in her profession.
Right. And we also keep an eye on the girl from LSU, Flo J. Johnson. Obviously,
Flo J is
she's doing her thing. She's a junior. She got 1 more year to go. I wish Haley Van Lith was. Man, I wish she was 2 inches taller because she would be a stud, a female stud, whatever that is, in the next level. But I just don't think she has the size to guard Kelsey and Caitlin and right.
So and speaking of keeping an eye on, I want to know how that Curtis girl out on the West Coast, how she's doing.
Santa Clara, I haven't. Of course, I'm just all about her, so I really don't care about the team. So just truth be
right,
I only care about my niece and how she's doing. She pretty much played all her years. What's up, Jonathan? I'm late to the party, but to chime in the high school football side, Kilgore, Carthage will all be teams. He want to win the most. All right. He's going for Kilgore. We're going for Kilgore.
Go Bulldogs. I like it.
Yeah. He lives down there. That's why I say family. He's down there in the Tyler, Kilgore area. So he's already down there. Tyler, Longview, Kilgore. So obviously he's down in that area.
Nice.
That's one of my multiple homes. If I had to call home somewhere, that's one of the ones that's on the list.
And our brother Felix, EC, just shouted out to me and said, man, we got to give Hildego girl from Notre Dame her props too.
Hannah Hidalgo. How
do you say it, Jason?
Hidalgo.
Yeah. She's balling right now, man.
She's the truth too.
Yeah, so shout out to Felix, man. Good call, Felix.
Yeah. She's a little undersized, but she's a strong guard. So she kind of gets that. She kind of gives me right now. I know this kind of strange, but she kind of gives me the I can't think of her name. Skylar Diggins Smith type of vibe.
That's what I was just fixing to say.
Yeah.
Same player, but a little better shooter than Skylar was at Notre Dame. Just a little better shooter, but very similar.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, but they've been. I mean, she's been balling, man. I've watched some highlights of her. I'm sitting back like, oh my God, where did this girl come from?
Yeah, and I watched her in that Stanford game when they played Stanford. Notre Dame played. Man, she's good. So I'm excited to see where she's going, where she's headed.
Ooh, did we freeze? Did we got to fill some space?
I don't know. Maybe we can. Yeah. So
Hannah's got that sweet. She's a little predictable in the games I've seen. If she crosses from right to left, that means she's finna shoot a jump shot. But again, that's her age, and she's gonna grow and change that and get more skilled. Yada yada yada. So it's exciting.
All I know is me and Hannah could take you two cats in a 2-on-2 game all day long.
No.
Yeah,
trust me.
No, trust me.
That ain't gonna happen.
I'll be backing EC down, and Hannah will wear you out, Jay. So
I clothesline her.
Coach, you see me. You know how big I am. You back me down. What?
Yeah. I cheat, Coach. So.
Oh my God.
Mr. Limp Along.
Yeah, I'll kick you in your ankles. I'll kick you in your ankles.
He said Carter already has 9 state championships with the current head coach. Wow. Hey, Coach Todd is on his way. Hopefully he'll get his 3rd one. Real quick, I need to give him my disclaimer real quick. Y'all, my Spectrum account, I'm still working on it. What I need to do is I need to move my router closer to my base, to my office, so it won't be going in and out. So that's the fix for it. But in the meantime, if I freeze up, J-Dub or D-Way, just take over the conversation until I get back.
Well, sometimes it's hard to tell whether you're thinking deep about your next statement or if you froze all the way.
Just take over.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Just take over.
One thing, breaking news. It just popped up on my phone. Breaking news. Ex-NFL, J-Double love this. Ex-NFL star Mike Vick.
Yeah.
Will take the Norfolk State head coaching job.
Love that. Love it. But
So
I think that we've seen, in basketball especially, I can't name any football that happened. I think we've seen just because you were a great player,
right,
a phenomenal player,
yeah,
doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a successful coach. But I'm rooting for him. 100% I'm rooting for him. I hope he does well there for 4, 5, 6 seasons. He moves on, maybe coaches at West Virginia where he was.
Right.
I'm rooting nothing for the best for him. Nothing for the best for him.
What conference they in?
Man.
Oh, Mid-Eastern. They're in the Mid-Eastern Atlantic Conference.
Norfolk State.
Yeah, Norfolk State. Yeah, Spartans there in the
That's
Northeast.
cool. That's real cool.
Yeah. But all this is just stepping stone. They're going to take some of these lower tier schools, and then hopefully if they build a great program just like Dion, they can climb up there and get some of those Power 5 schools. That's the goal,
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
And for college football, the only thing that matters is how well can you recruit? How well can you convince the players to come play for you?
Right.
Okay, Jerron just said that. Yeah, Mid-Eastern Atlantic Conference. So okay, cool. Thanks, Jerron, for that as well. All right, you know what? So J-Dub, we was told by a source unknown that we probably need to cover the NFL a little bit more, but
a little bit more.
But we got to hit up. We got to hit up. Oh, let's see what John G saying. Norfolk is similar to HBCU. Apply the move. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Jerron is saying they're not going to get nobody to play up there. They just don't.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah. Right.
Players to come play at a team that nobody wants to go play for.
Right. Hopefully, I don't know how much NIL money they got up there in Norfolk, but I don't know. You put that on a resume. I played for Mike Vick. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And that was in the original article that posted. They already had like 50 million or something somewhere in there. Don't quote me, but they had some NIL money already trying to allure him in there. Because it's all about recruiting. We got to get big linemen or nobody can be successful.
Yep. Facts. All of it is
I don't know though. According to J-Dub, there's going to be all these schools going to be getting all these great athletes because of all this expansion playoffs. So I mean, I don't see it, but okay.
Parity is coming. Parity is coming.
We'll see.
Here goes Johnny G. He said it's not the money. He said it's money in that area. Oh, it is? Okay. Everybody must know 50 million. That's a bank. This
Yeah.
Saturday on TNT, 3:00 p.m. Clemson versus Texas.
Mm-hmm.
D-Wade, who you got?
As much as I love Dabo Sweeney, and I do, I think Texas has too much beef up front.
And they're at home.
And they're at home. And my understanding is Arch Manning's going to get a lot of playing time. So I'm going with Texas. I don't want them to win, but that's who I think is going to win.
Oh, so we got a bit of war right now. Jonathan say Texas, Jerron say Clemson. Ooh.
How about you guys?
I say Texas too, but this whole Arch Manning Ewers thing, man, that's bad for both of them. That's bad for both of them. If you don't know if your next mistake is going to get you pulled from the game, and it's just bad. It's Colt McCoy and whatever. Major Applewhite all over again from years and years ago. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, did I reach some place where Ewers declared for the draft?
Hadn't seen that.
I mean, he was expected to come out. He was expected at one point in time. He was a Heisman candidate. So I expect him to come on out, but he's probably be maybe second or third round.
Out.
Yeah, he'll probably be a second or third round. I don't see him being a high, obviously not first round anymore.
Agree.
Jerron said he got Clemson by 4. Let's go back to Friday. Indiana versus Notre Dame. Is Notre Dame going to win this game?
I'm going to be the first one to tell y'all. I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't know why Notre Dame's favored in this game. Indiana's going to beat the brakes off of Notre Dame this week.
I feel the same way.
I said it first.
You said it first, and I second the motion. How about that?
How about you, J-Dub?
I think so. Based on their schedule and who they played all season, Indiana seems to be the better team, but there's just some allure about the Notre Dame Fighting Irish that the whole rest of the country has, and I don't have.
Yeah, neither do we.
So I could care less, truthfully, but beat both these teams. But I guess I'm rooting for Indiana if it really counts.
Yep.
By 22, Jerron? Notre Dame by 22. That's a lot.
You put the crack pot down.
How much you gonna put on that, J-Ro? That's a high spread, brother. You got about.
And I've just been teaching my son about gambling. I bet he'll put $10 against you. Negative 22.
Jonathan G said Notre Dame's gonna lose. He said I'm third. I'm gonna wait till Jerron's fun, but I know he's gonna have something. He's always got something funny to say. While you waiting on that, man, 11 o'clock, our hometown Mustangs, SMU versus Penn State. D-Wade's team.
Well, while I've given SMU their props all year, I think the Pony Express comes to a screeching halt this Saturday up in State College. It's a great atmosphere. It's going to be a really good football game. I like Penn State. How about y'all? Eric, I know what you're going to say. So
you already know I'm going to say. He said Notre Dame, the game will not be close. Okay, we'll see, Jerron. Okay. I'm going with Jonathan G. Pony Express all the way.
Okay, all right.
I'm going
Jay.
with that.
How about you, Jay?
Man, I'm rooting SMU. My heart's with SMU, but again, when you look at who they've played, I think Penn State has a better resume. Obviously, they're higher ranked. I'm rooting SMU, but I think Penn State's going to win in a close game.
Okay, so I'm with you on all that. I think Penn State has too much beef.
Yeah, I agree.
In a four quarter game, I think they're going to end up wearing SMU down and winning in a close game.
I agree.
Hey,
I agree, Jerron.
Hey, I know ponies normally eat like grass and grain, but they will be eating beef this Saturday.
Okay. Eating beef. I hope so. I'm rooting for that.
They're going to get some strong protein this Saturday. Yeah.
It should be high scoring, 38-41. It's going to – both teams are going to put up points, and both teams are going to give themselves an opportunity to win. But I think Penn State's got too much on the line.
Yep. So,
and this is where it gets interesting because we got Jerron's team. Tennessee versus Ohio State at the 7 p.m. time. They got the good time.
Might be the best game of the entire playoff. May be the best game of the entire playoff. But I think Tennessee's got too much. I think Rocky Top got it.
You got the Rocky Top got it. What you got,
yes,
D-Way?
Wish that I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee
That's
hills.
right.
I would normally vote against Tennessee because it's something that me and Jerron, you know what I'm saying? If he say blue, I say white. That's just how we roll. But I'm rolling with Tennessee because I hate Ohio State more than I
I
dislike
do
Tennessee.
too. Oh my God, I hate them so much.
Johnson G, it's going to be a party, man, up in Rocky Top this weekend.
You're gonna
So
have
this
to
is the
get him on
first
just
time
to
me and
celebrate.
Jerron we're on the same page on some things,
Yeah.
right? What is that? Oranges? What is that?
Peaches, oranges, something.
Peaches? That yeah.
As long as it's not Buckeyes, we're good.
Yeah. Hey, let's move on to the NFL, man. Listen, they want us to cover. So what I'm gonna do, I haven't done this in a while. I used to do it back in the day, but I'm gonna, since we got enough time, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do something fun. I'm gonna go game by game, just because why? What the heck? Why not? Right?
Love it. Love it.
So starting with that Thursday night game, did you see it? The Rams versus 49ers.
If anybody says they watched the whole thing, they're lying. They're lying to you.
I watched the whole
Nobody
thing.
watched the whole game.
I did. Not
You
live,
watched
but
a 12-6 game on a Thursday night.
yeah, because I had to go because Rams was the team I expected to win that division, so I had to see if they were going to do their thing, and they did.
Okay, that makes
Brian
sense.
said those
That
are
makes
oranges. Okay.
No, that was I think that was a battle of the bottom. That was a bottom battle. That's what we're gonna call that, the double B. Because I mean, I tried, but between everything else going on, I was like, man, this is about the most uninteresting. It was a good defensive game. Both defensive teams, they were having some big stops and this is that and the other. But man, it's hard to watch a 12-6 game on Thursday night.
And go ahead, E.
No, I was just saying we played out the way I needed to play out. Rams won, Seahawks lost. That's all I needed.
That's right.
So the only thing I'm gonna say is the Rams are really playing good football right now.
Jerome Stupid said,
There wasn't nothing else on.
The Rams are really playing good football right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm glad for that whole bunch.
Well, we all agree that San Francisco has seen their better days. This team is done. For the season, they might as well just go ahead and hang it up.
When McCaffrey went out week 2, no, he didn't even play. He started. That was the end. I mean, and they were winning from defense, and Bosa hadn't had the year he had last year, and the 49ers are toast.
All right, the Kansas City Chiefs versus those Cleveland Browns, man. Our guy, our beloved Jameson Winston, got pulled out of the game. They went for DTR. Crazy. Well, he had 3 interceptions, and they finally pulled him. Oh my God, this kid in Kansas City. This was the ugliest win. I know it's 21-7, but man, Kansas City just kind of. And then Mahomes got hurt with high ankle sprain.
Let me tell you something. Mahomes, that could have easily have been a career-ending.
Oh,
100%.
Oh man,
absolutely.
He is living right. That could have been a career-ending play.
You say he living right, D-Way?
Yeah, because
he better be.
Well, just because of how they're winning every week. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then he takes this, what I consider to be, just, I don't know how he got up and walked. I don't know how he got up out of that deal. How he got up and even made it to the sidelines. That was ugly.
Is it the same ankle? That one has been giving him problems?
No, I think it's his other one. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's both.
Oh, he gonna be ain't walking crutches by the time he leave the league.
That's what I'm saying.
Jerron, since you're on, if you're still on, what happened to your Titans? 37-27 against the Bengals. How the Bengals let this Titans team put up 27 points? That defense is terrible.
Because that's how bad
that defense is bad.
That is a perfect example of why Cincinnati has the record they have. That
Bengals offense might
Eric,
be the best offense in the
you just
NFL.
knocked the ball out of the park, man. You just opened up the biggest can of worms.
Oh, I know. They make bad teams look good at defense. Just so terrible, man.
Man, I'm talking about the Bengals are the best offensive team since the Lions with Matt Stafford that are terrible record-wise because their defense is horrific.
Yep. Yep. But man, can Joe and Jamar bust a move, man? Woo, they make it look easy.
Jerron, whenever you get a chance, leave us a note or something about the direction the Tennessee Titans is going. I know there's a lot of changes happening. I mean, he's a Tennessee fan to the heart, you know what I'm saying? And you appreciate him like that to be a diehard fan. But give us something here on the FairWeather Fan, man, exactly what you expect next, or what's the next move for this Titans team. Obviously, they're going to be looking for a quarterback, but let us know what else they need. Commanders and Saints. Go ahead. DG.
And I'm always rooting for the Titans too. I'm always rooting for the Titans because in my mind, I still see the Oiler emblem on the side of their helmet. Right?
Absolutely.
But man, they're in disarray. I don't know who you draft. The whole team is subpar, and when we judge them to their peers, not to us, when we judge them to their peers, they need everything. I don't know what they have that they don't need to draft.
I mean, is Tony Pollard worth keeping?
Tony Pollard's worth being on the team. I don't know if he's worth having a starting position, but he's an NFL running back, right?
Right.
But no, they need so much, and I hope they find it. But man, they got a long way to go.
I was surprised about this Commanders and Saints game. You talking about a game that was hard to watch for me. This was a hard to watch game. I agree. To do something different than what they did against this Saints team. Alvin Kamara was their star of this game. Obviously, he did his thing, but my God, with no quarterback, I mean, I still don't who was quarterbacking by. Oh, Riddler, Spencer Ratliff. I mean, came out at least from part of that game.
So I didn't get to see that game, but from the highlights, I've never heard of this player before. I missed him somewhere along the line, but yeah, I'm sitting here looking at. They had 3 different quarterbacks, so they're in dire straits too. They're not much farther away than the Titans are. The Titans and the Saints. I don't know who you keep. I don't know what's going good for either team.
Right. G said, I really thought Tennessee was going to turn this corner this year. And he turned and said they turned the wrong way.
Yeah, they did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They better bust a Yui.
So Spencer Rattler, I think he came from South Carolina. He came from South Carolina, but he did the same thing that Caleb Williams did. You know, they started Caleb Williams. He got mad and he left. They had Spencer Rattler, and then they started Caleb Williams. Then he left and got in transport and went to USC. Went to South Carolina. And then Caleb Williams went on over to the team he went to, and then that's kind of so. If people in Oklahoma area, Caleb Williams, Spencer Rattler, they're not allowed in the city no more. I'm just letting you know right now.
And I was come to the city. What I was surprised by was that Washington didn't win by more. You know, because especially the way Jaden Daniels started the season.
Yeah.
You know, I believe it was week 4 or 5. I was talking about as right then he was an MVP candidate, and then all of a sudden in the last 5 weeks, his rookie tendencies have been noticed by defenses, and he hasn't made the adjustments. So I guess that was my biggest surprise, is that Washington win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Well, it just goes to show what my nephew said. Once these guys get a couple weeks of film and tape on you,
right,
it's a whole nother gig altogether. So I mean,
got to be able to adjust.
Yep.
Let's see. I had him obviously about 3 weeks ago. I had him winning rookie of the year, but you know there was a strong close race between him and Malik Neighbors. And then all of a sudden, here come Bo Nix. Bo Nix jumped in and threw his hat in the ringer for the way he was doing over in Denver. But Bo Nix had a terrible game. We'll get to that in a minute. This one, and but Malik Neighbors, man, he's losing quarterbacks, so it's kind of hard. So now, I think even though Jaden has not been playing up to standard, I think just unfortunately because he's still in control of his team, he's still the starting of his squad, and he's been having a pretty decent season. I think he's still a front runner for MVP. We know it's not Caleb Williams. I mean, rookie of the year. He's definitely not Caleb Williams. I mean, because that game, we'll get to that. That was, oh my God.
Yeah. That was hard to watch.
All right. Ravens and the Giants. Did it go as expected, J-Dub?
I think so. 5 touchdown passes is always a good day, you know. I mean, you can't hate on that. And not the fast forward, but like this week's, I know we're gonna get to it, but this week's big game was the Bills versus the Lions.
Yeah.
This next week's big game is the Ravens versus the Steelers. So we're fixing to see which one of those teams is for real and which one is going to get out in the first round of the playoffs. But man, I mean they could have scored more against what is I think everybody can agree the Giants are the worst team in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So he 5 touchdowns. I don't think he threw any interceptions. King Henry had 80 yards, something like that. I don't have the box score pulled up, but
I didn't see the game, but I hope that Coach Harbaugh got both of those guys out of the game early.
Yeah,
just to keep them.
Lamar played all the way through. I think he played all the way till the last drive.
I don't get that.
Yeah,
I do not get that. I do not get that. But okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know. His mama cussed him out the last time he touched the football field, so that's a whole lot to say about that. I mean, Derrick Henry had 67 yards, 67 yards rushing. But I stay out of this conversation for obvious reason. But this is what gets me about some of the mainstream media analysts is that sometimes they don't want. I don't know if they understand or whatever, or it could just be they got to have something to talk about. But y'all, I don't want nobody to ever again debate or doubt whether or not Lamar Jackson can throw the ball.
Man,
he just don't.
Throw.
It's not that he can't. It's just he don't. And when you're fast like that and when you're elusive like that, sometimes you don't have to.
And that's right.
But y'all act like he can't throw. The kid can throw.
So, and the one thing about that game, I think is one of the reasons why I love King Henry is that he had 14 carries. Okay, he didn't score any touchdowns. That means he got tackled 14 times. And then the question is, when he gets tackled, who comes out on the losing end of that tackle? Yep. I think most often it's the defender.
Absolutely.
So 14 times he laid his power down on somebody that makes them slower the next time.
Right.
So
right.
There's not many backs like him. I mean, I can't even remember backs in my lifetime. I think I have to go about to Christian Okoye, where certain defenders do not want to tackle this guy because they know it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
So he can still influence a game without scoring touchdowns. Is my point to that.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Go ahead,
and to piggyback on what you said, EC, I have been purposely.
Yeah.
Pettis, Jerome. Sorry, that's right.
Yeah, the bus. I have been I purposely, intentionally have watched Lamar Jackson, and I've dissected his game for the last 3 years because trying to see if he could prove me wrong. The cat can throw the frickin' football, man.
Absolutely.
He's got touch. He can zip it. He can drop it in. There's no throw that he can't make. It's phenomenal, and I'd like to see him get more credit for that. So.
Yeah. I see Jonathan G going way back to the 60s with Craig Hayward. Like, listen,
I don't even know that name. I don't even know that name.
All right, Dad.
You don't know Craig Ironhead Hayward?
I do. I'm saying I don't know his game, though.
But if we're gonna go there, Jonathan, then we got to throw the Tyler Rose in there too, man. Big Earl. So.
Hey, so what do you say? Ironhead. Yeah. So quick commercial. Throw out there for those who are watching the FairWeather Fan Channel right now. On next Tuesday, we won't be on, but we will come on Monday. So Monday will be coming on if you guys are available. And this whole show Monday will be exclusively talking about NFL running backs. I just want to throw it out there. So if those who are going to get on, just do your research, do your homework, come in. We just going to talk NFL running backs.
We're going to talk past, present,
or all time,
or just present.
The greatest of all time. Going back.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I love that.
G was here. He was with us last year when we did this. Last year when we did it, man. G, we had a blast, man. Tell them we had a blast last time we did it, man. It was a fun conversation.
Yes, Lord. Man. Yeah. I can't wait. I already got my names in my brain.
I'm already going through lists right now.
No,
I know, man. I love it. Hey, move on. Let's see what game we want to bring up next and just kind of chew it up for lunch meat. Oh Lord, let's go ahead and get them on out the way. This team was scheduled to lose, but they won, and nobody cared. This is the first time in a long time it was crickets on a Cowboys win. Coach, what we have?
Well, I didn't understand why because I think Carolina was favored by 2.5 points.
They were.
And I was like, wait a minute, because I thought the Cowboys defense will keep the game close. And hey, how about Rico? How about that O-line? How bad is that Carolina defense when you got Rico Dowdle, and that makeshift offensive line of the Dallas Cowgirls, making him look like a superstar? So yeah, I mean, but it was not talked about by anybody anywhere.
Coach, do you agree? Did J-Dub and Coach, do y'all agree with this statement that Jonathan put out there?
He could have. I think the Cowboys' biggest problem is they spent too much money on 2 players and they didn't spend any on anybody else. So,
and then not only did they spend that money on those 2 players, they felt like they had to showcase those 2 players early in the season.
I'm a fan of Rico. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I think he's the big spotlight on their team this year that nobody was looking at.
Yeah, I mean, Dowdle I agree, he had a career game. Would he be the leading rusher? No, but he would be having a stellar year if they'd ran the football more early.
I'm just not a fan of small running backs. I'm just not a fan of them. Because they don't last long.
Well, I guess not, Mr. 6'4", 280. I guess you're not.
What did you say? Everybody said the Cowboys don't have a running back. I know they got a running back, and he's a good running back, but man, he said, save it, McCarthy.
Horrid play calling the whole season, forcing Dak into uncomfortable situations. He's not comfortable throwing on 3rd and long. He's just not.
I get that. Yeah, he is a physical running back. I get it. But heck, every running back has to be physical.
Le'Veon Bell was an undersized running back, and he ran with his brain instead of running with his legs. So, I mean, it can be done.
But here's the thing.
When we get into the conversation next week, the best running back of all time, in a lot of people's opinion, was undersized, right?
Facts.
So it can be done. It can be done, especially.
It's just a different day and age, and I mean this from all due respect to Zeke Elliott and some of these other guys. When you pay a guy a lot of money and he get his contract, stuff just starts to happen.
He doesn't run as hard.
It's just what that is. We see that time after time.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry is a 6'4", 250-pound beast, so he ain't got to try hard. He just gonna run over people just by standing still and just shaking a little bit. People go fall down. When you have those 5'8", 5'9", the 5'8" to 5'11" running backs, 210 pounds, 180 pounds. There's only so much life shift they're gonna have. That's just what that is.
Yeah.
He said,
Jones Drew was a great, but he was yoked though. Jones Drew was yoked up top. I mean, he wasn't. He was little height, but he was big up top.
Yeah. Hey, G, you going too early because he dropping more names up in there.
Hold off.
Because I'm not gonna show the next one. We gonna save some for next week. Yeah, he going hard on there. Yeah,
and I'm not gonna say the names either because I'm gonna save it for next week. But
somebody little though, yeah.
But J-Dub referred to somebody that a lot of people thought was undersized, and we're not gonna say who it is because it could be one or 2 people actually. So yeah, we'll find out next week.
But the Cowboy game, I mean, there have some fan chirping that I've heard in and out of places and stuff, and I laugh. I never got involved in those conversations. But once again, you still have your Cowboy fans that now think that this is just the next step to get to the playoffs. I'm just like, oh my God, calm the heck down. Y'all not making the playoffs.
And I want to make one thing clear. I said that the Cowboys would be lucky to win 8 games. And I was assuming that Dak and all those guys were going to be healthy for 17 games. Okay, that's how bad I thought they were.
Yeah, that G might got to relax on them running backs. He's about there. He go 5 McCartney. Boy, G, I need you to take your sign and go down there to AT&T Stadium and stand outside on Randall Mills and let the whole world see that.
But that's not going to do anything. What is firing McCarthy going to do? What is that going to do? I agree. I'm not a big McCarthy fan to begin with, but I don't think anything changes. A new head coach is facing all the same problems that the old head coaches are facing.
Yeah. Well, Jerry's not going to fire him. Number 2, I saw McCarthy's one-loss record since he's been with the Cowboys. guys, it's not very impressive.
Mm-mm.
So
Aaron Rodgers, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns, passer rating of 120. It on paper,
on paper, it looked like a good, solid game. I'm gonna answer what he was finna say.
Yep.
On paper, I mean, he also carried it like 6 or 7 times for 50 yards.
I'm out.
Yeah, he did for 45 yards. Yeah,
I'm out.
So on paper, Aaron Rodgers was, 2015 Aaron Rodgers all of a sudden again.
Yeah,
I'm out.
But, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, that old man made me eat a lot of crow a couple weeks ago on this show. I'm out on that old man. Okay.
And you're playing a bad team with a backup quarterback, and you beat them by a touchdown.
That old man,
it's a nice win. It's a nice win, but I mean, they're so far out that I forgot the Jets were even still playing.
Exactly.
I was laughing because the Jets, they had a lot of Jets fans that showed down up there in Jacksonville. I'm sitting back like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I read a research and I've been watching and doing a lot of research on fan bases and trying to get an understanding of how the fan base are and their personality. And the Jets fan base is a fan base that accepted the fact that they don't have and haven't had a winning organization in a while. And so they have called themselves, it's not delusional, but they're hopeful. But they're not optimistic. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They're like they really dub themselves as being what they said. Loyal to a fault is the word they use. We're loyal to the fault to where we don't care whatever happens. We're going to be here. We're going to be the JETS Jets. It is like, oh my God.
And now it's gotten even bigger. This whole 30 for 30 coming out about whatever happened with the sack. The Jets fans are coming back and being loud. I will tell you though that Devontae Adams came out and still proved that he's him. He's one of them. He's one of the top 5 receivers. What do you have? 9 catches for 200 yards or something like that?
Yeah. That shocked me.
Yeah. And if I'm him, I'm going to find a team that is a Super Bowl contender. Because AA Ron and company, that ain't happening. Jay, so he probably froze, but so we'll I mean, I don't know what the Jets. Speaking of the Titans, I don't know what the Jets are going to do because they need a total revamp.
But they sold out so much to get Aaron that if he wants to play one more year, they have to let him because they did it to themselves. They shot themselves in the foot by getting Aaron.
Right. What's the next game you got, East there that we?
I got the Dolphins and the Texans. Before we even get into that game, it was hard to really dive into the game because of what happened to Grant DeBose, the wide receiver, man. It's like these type of things keep happening over in that particular conference. We saw what happened with our guy, DeMar Hamlin, that played for the Buffalo Bills. We see the situation that keep happening with Tua Tagovailoa getting a concussion, and then we turn around and have this wide receiver getting injured over there, and it was a scary sight. I don't know. I've never seen them take a helmet or jersey and pads off over a concussion. I don't know what was going on. There must have been something going on. His vitals must have getting high. I don't know. But that was a scary situation for him. And as of right now, I've been looking to see if there's any updates right now. And they said saying second year movement. So he have movement in all his limbs, so that's good. So they're just so he's good as of right now. So that's some good news. Okay.
The one thing I've started watching since concussions came big, whenever the movie and all that started happening, is when they get hit, watch their hands. If it's bad, their hands clench.
Yeah.
And his hands clenched immediately.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, his body's going into shutdown mode. If your muscles start clenching up, your body's shutting down to protect itself. And again, I'm not a doctor, and I'm just learning from what I've learned over, since the movie Concussion came out.
Right.
But he clenched up immediately, and it was a scary sight for sure.
Right. And that's the same thing
that played a hard game.
Yeah, it's a violent game, but that's the exact same thing the doctor said about Tua Tagovailoa a couple years ago when he got hit. His hands locked up the same way, and the doctor came out and said the exact same thing. That's a very traumatic head injury. So I don't even want to get into that game. I couldn't get into that game once that hit happened. I mean, Texas won 20-12, and it is what it is. I mean, everybody, nobody.
Playoff hunt. Since they won,
so
they're still right there.
Yeah. Indianapolis Colts, they started this game off, and I just knew they was going to beat Denver. I picked Denver to win, but the way they started out, I was like, oh my God, they got him. They got a both.
Sean, so what? Yeah, so Sean Payton,
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, Sean Payton is quietly getting that Bronco motor rolling a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be pretty. They're starting to go in the right direction. Obviously, they probably won't make the playoffs this year, but as Bo develops and as Sean and him get, Jason, like you said, that relationship, quarterback head coach relationship, as that continues to develop, Denver could be something next year. They get a couple more pieces.
And I think they make the playoffs this year, truthfully. I think they're 6 or 7. But on this particular game, even when you start bad, I think they had 4 takeaways. So if your defense is giving you 4 or 5 extra possessions, man, you can make mistakes. If your defense is playing that well, you don't have to be as crisp on offense.
Right. And EC kind of busted Bo's chops a little bit earlier, but no, he didn't have, from a stat standpoint, he had a terrible game. But they got the W, and they're moving in the right direction. And I want to continue to watch the development of Bo Nix. EC, I think he froze up again. So EC, you there?
I'm here.
Yeah. Okay.
And so also they so I'm just checking it out real quick. Oh, what, man, they got a tough end of the year. They got to go at the Chargers, at the Bengals, and at home against the Chiefs. So if they're going to make the playoffs, they're going to earn it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's the way it should be. So what's the next one?
I mean, Bo Nix had 130 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions, a pass rating of 61. That was a bad game.
Yeah.
The next one, let's go ahead and speed on there real quick, because there are some key games there that's going to probably take more of our time. Obviously, nobody really cared about the Carolina and Patriots game, but Carolina won 30-17. The Buccaneers beat the brakes off the Chargers, which disappointed me because I thought the Chargers would give a little bit more fight.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they just. Oh my God!
I think the Buccaneers are for real. I've been saying this.
Yeah. And it's bizarre because I thought that the Chargers at home. I actually thought the Chargers was going to win that game.
Yeah,
and I'm not a Baker Mayfield fan, but he's bringing it. He's an NFL quarterback this year.
He was money the other night.
He was money. He was money.
I'm like the big brother watching little brother fight, getting beat up. It's like, man, fight back.
Exactly.
Do something.
Thank you.
Bite him, scratch him, hit him with a stick, do something. That Falcons game, that Monday night was terrible. Just Monday night, those 2 games was terrible to watch. Vikings eventually got 30 points in a long struggle, but it was a terrible game to say the least. The Bears just probably one of the worst teams next to the Giants. The Raiders is on paper the worst team in the league right now.
Raiders.
So that was.
I think we should have a 4-team playoff. That the winner, the bottom 4 teams, the winner gets the first pick every round.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I like that.
Carolina, Chicago, New York, and y'all pick another one to throw in there. The Raiders.
The runner-up gets the second pick, and then the third place gets. I like it.
I've been saying that.
The last 2 games, let's dive into the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The fight for Pennsylvania. Ooh wee.
Time out. You got 2 games left. That means we're gonna just give a brief mention. I've been telling y'all, Green Bay is coming for heads.
Oh yeah.
To knock heads off.
Yeah, in that division, they're not playing. They second in that division, so they climbing to the top.
Didn't believe me with their talent level 2 weeks ago. They beat the Seahawks. I don't know how the Seahawks have won so many games, but that's a different conversation. But Green Bay is a Super Bowl contender. I'm not sitting here saying they're going to beat Detroit or they're going to win it, but they're right there.
Anytime you go into Seattle and you get a win in Seattle, I don't care who you are, that's a great win.
Okay. Now back to the Steelers Eagles.
Yeah. So obviously the little love affair between all the little mutiny or whatever the heck was going on, the implosion they had last week, they solved it. They hugged it out on the field. So and so that's probably locker room. That's probably players only meeting. That we're gonna have to find a way to stop acting this way. But they did their thing. D-Way,
I don't know what that means.
Nice, D-Way.
my
boy Zane, he ain't playing, dude. He's fishing.
That's why actually if you know him, yeah, okay, Zane, that's Zane.
Sweet,
okay.
That's sweet, Z.
All right. But no, I'm somebody said something that when it come down, I thought it was gonna be a coaching situation, and somebody made a comment that said that coaches usually don't outsmart other coaches during the game. You outsmart coaches in preparation.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and for whatever reason, Nick Sirianni, his team came out to play, and Mike Tomlin's team just couldn't get nothing. They didn't score in the second half. It's just almost like, I'm not gonna say they gave up, but it was a tough game to win. It was a grimy game, and it was a tough game to win. They couldn't get anything going, so that was a tough game to watch for me. But hey, give it up to Philly. I'm not gonna take nothing away from them guys.
Yeah, exactly.
They got a good squad.
I think Philly is trying to make a point. I don't think they're getting their props, but they are
not on this side of the earth. They're not. You just maybe over here you're not gonna hear.
No. But I mean, they're a legitimate. Y'all heard me say a week or so ago that the cream's going to rise to the top. They're legit. And they're one of the top 4 teams in the entire NFL.
Yeah, somewhere in the world they probably got a Eagles Kool-Aid on every corner, but I know
they're singing their "Fly Eagles Fly."
Yeah,
stupid song.
Y'all, here we are.
Oh gosh,
this
Super Bowl
scorecard
preview.
This scorecard is something I've never seen before. 48-42, Bills over the Lions, and it's like obviously the game was a whole lot wider than this. But God dang, Dan Campbell said we're not going to go out with a two score lose by 2 scores. He had to come back and get that last touchdown in only Dan Campbell fashion. But it always goes down to that call to go for it on 4th in the other team's territory, and you basically gave them a touchdown just that quick. I don't get it. I mean, I know.
But you're a genius if it works, right? So
Absolutely.
Somebody's got to be the scapegoat, and he was the scapegoat. The game was a lot uglier than 48-42. The Bills won that game mentally by 2 touchdowns, easy.
Yes.
Mentally, they won by 14 points. But nah, man, Josh Allen's trying to stamp his resume. But Detroit didn't play bad. I watched the whole game. We all watched the whole game. Detroit didn't play bad. Buffalo played that good.
Number 17 is really trying to make it happen this year. He's really trying to get his team to the dance this year. And
I want y'all to look at these numbers, man. For those who watch, we watch the game, but y'all got to look at these numbers. Josh Allen, 362 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interception, a pass rating of 122.4. Josh Allen, 11 carries, 68 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff, 494 yards, 5 touchdowns, pass rating of 118.9, 0 interception.
You're 2 of your top 5 MVP candidates right now. 2 top 5 MVP candidates. And they came out and they showed out. But Buffalo was by far the better team on that day. And now you got Detroit losing 3 starters. We hope it ain't for the rest of the season. But especially after they already lost Aiden Hutchinson. What was that? 5 weeks ago? So
the only problem with this game is that you could have traded both those 2 games on Monday and put this one game in that spot.
Exactly.
This should have been a primetime spot. It's just...
I know Roger Goodell got that power, don't he?
And hey, you know what? I couldn't be happier for the Bills Mafia. Could y'all?
I am, but listen, they still got that tag. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. So until they win one,
That's the mindset. That's the mindset of most people. But let's be honest with you. No other team in the history of the NFL has made 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Facts.
They lost all of them to the NFC East, as strange as that is.
Yeah.
But they made 4 in a row. They were the only team in the AFC that mattered for half a decade, But they
But I mean, are we seeing Josh Allen be the guy now, be the guy, the face of the league, or start, or at least in the quarterback position? Are we seeing the transition? Is he going to pass Mahomes this year as the face?
Not until he gets a ring.
Yeah,
not
there
until
you
he
go.
gets a ring.
There you go. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I agree.
It is so hard to pass Mahomes right now because he's been given the keys to the city, you know.
Yeah.
And there's so much you have to accomplish to get Mahomes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mahomes is already slated to be a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. He's still got a lot of years left, right? But right now, Josh Allen, I don't care if he don't play another game, he is this year's NFL MVP.
Absolutely. I mean, his last 3 game stats are probably sick. Just absolutely sick.
I want a stats nerd to go back and find me 3 games by any quarterback in a row that equal Josh Allen's last 3 games. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And he lost one of them. He didn't even win one of them.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy.
And for those who keep, I mean, listen, I get Lamar Jackson, and I get the bid for Joe Burrow, and I get the bid for Jared Goff, and I totally understand it. And Saquon Barkley, I get the bid. Obviously, Saquon Barkley has a running back milestone he has to get in order to be considered. He's got to get 2,000. He don't get it, then it goes away, right? So, but with what Josh Allen is doing, you're talking about being the most valuable player on his team. He is basically the white version of Lamar Jackson, but yet they got more wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because both of them can spin it,
both
of them can run. They're doing their thing, but he's literally like the guy. He don't have a Zay Flowers over there. He don't have a Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? These high dollar names. He don't have all of Mark Andrews over there. He got Dawson Knox. He got James Cook. These guys are good players, but they don't hold the same weight as what they have over there in Baltimore.
1,000% fact.
I mean, even though he got Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper haven't really been relevant, since the Dallas days. So I'm just saying, this is completely the Josh Allen show over there in Buffalo, New York.
No, for sure.
He's the MVP.
And man, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of it, but man, if the playoffs, if they're lining up like I think they're lining up, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
sick.
Especially in the AFC. Well, both of them,
both of them,
because you got Minnesota in that division with Detroit. You
Minnesota,
got
Green Bay, Detroit,
Green Bay. Oh, shoot. If that's your Final Four,
and Philly, Detroit.
Philly, Detroit, Minnesota, and Green Bay. Yeah,
because Frisco's out of it because of everything.
Man,
I can't believe you even just said Frisco in this conversation.
I said they're out of it.
I hear you. They didn't even deserve a mention. I'm just saying. I agree. I agree with you.
My point
being, the top four teams in both divisions have separated, or in both conferences have separated themselves from everybody else.
My point of that is, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, on paper, San Francisco was the team to beat.
Right.
In the NFC.
Yeah. Right. Based on last year.
If we weren't on live, I have some stuff to tell you, but we'll leave it alone.
No. I agree. We're just bickering over sports. I'm just saying. I didn't see. I think last year San Francisco, they had a vibe. They had a team camaraderie. They were winning games all together. But I didn't see them as a factor this year. We can go back to week 2 when we made our Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah,
I'm still Minnesota, Kansas City. I wish I could change it to Buffalo, Minnesota.
Yeah.
But man, it's gonna be fun. I think this is gonna. I hope the scores are close so it can be as fun as that playoff was. What was that? 2021 when every game was a Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that these teams have gotten to where a point where every game is within 7 points.
I got a feeling, it's going to be. Go ahead, EC.
I was about to say, before we wrap it up, I want to throw this out there. I was talking to a guy last night. I met him, and he said this. He said, "Fire Shanahan." And I would say that is this the beginning of the end of Kyle Shanahan?
Oh gosh, no.
I don't think it's his fault. I don't think it's his fault.
None of it's his fault. He's a great coach, dude. He's a phenomenal coach.
I didn't want to step on his toe, but there's some. Like he was a Eagles fan, so.
I just again,
I think Kyle Shanahan in Dallas right this second.
Yeah.
He won't do any better in Dallas because he'll be handcuffed just like all the other coaches have been.
Yeah. But
he was an Eagles fan, so that's part of the reason why he said it. So yeah.
It's gonna be good though, man. Fun time. Always good hanging with you guys.
All right, man. We're coming down. Hey, closing remarks. Let's start with Coach D-Way don't pull himself out. J-Dub, go ahead for closing remarks. He hit the wrong button.
Brother, but I'm gonna tell you, closing remarks are we got the I was not on board with this, but I'm getting more on board with this. We got the finals of the NBA Cup tonight. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
or is it the finals or do they play two? Anyway, the goal was to get the players more competitive earlier in the season.
Right.
And if that was the goal, we still have a little ways to go, but it is working. They are competing at a high level.
Yeah.
In the first 3 months of the season to be in this thing. I know they get a monetary bonus. It's not a lot for them. It's a lot for us. But I've enjoyed all the cup games. I think Oklahoma City is legit. I've been calling them since last year's playoffs. I think they fell apart against Dallas, which is awesome for a Dallas fan.
Yeah.
But I think they're finna hand Milwaukee their jock and be done with it and be the cup winner. And I know that doesn't mean anything yet, but it will in the next, handful of seasons. This is gonna keep getting more momentum, and the players are gonna get more involved. And I wasn't a fan of it when they started talking about it, but here I am finding myself a fan of it now.
I wasn't a fan until I saw a game that Golden State lost.
Yeah, and
it dawned on me that this was during the cup, and how upset they were that they got put out. And I was like, "Oh snap! I better pay attention." Like, and that's the energy they're bringing to where guys are like really, really trying to seek some type of understanding and trying to go call for some heads and get the league office involved because hey, you just got us put out of a cup in the mid-season thing. There you go, Coach D-Way.
Sorry, guys.
So what it's going to do is the players, we can give names, the players who want to take a break in the first half of the season to be ready for the last half of the season, now they're going to start taking their break between Christmas and the All-Star game, okay?
Right.
So it's making the early season NBA more enjoyable to watch, more competitive. I think it's having all the right effects. All the effects they wanted it to have, it's having. The coaches, Steve Kerr, are more emotionally involved. The players are more emotionally involved for these games. You'll see a guy who didn't play for 2 or 3 games come back because tonight is a cup game and we need everybody on the floor. So I think it's having all the right effects. Again, and I was not a fan when they started talking about it, but I have become a fan in 2 seasons for sure.
All right, Coach D-Way, what's your final words?
This is going to be the biggest weekend of college football in a long time because of
ever
because of the 12-team playoffs.
Absolutely.
Playoffs. So that's my final words, man. Y'all tune in. You sports fans out there, tune in. Watch as much as you can if that's your thing. And then again, NFL will just continue to go wheels off. So enjoy it. Great time, great show. You guys rock. Thank you, EC, for everything.
Yes, sir. My final words are simple as this. Listen, I know we got NFL. I know we got all the NCAA playoffs coming Saturday, but please find some time. If you don't, just click in to watch UConn versus USC. Give the girls a little bit of love and a little bit of attention. If you can, if you're going to turn on another TV, turn on another room, just let it play so they can get the love they need. But definitely watch that game if you can in the midst of all this other stuff that's going on. Y'all, this has been your boy EC22 along with J-Dub and Coach D-Wade, man. This has been the FairWeather Fan Podcast, man. Thank you, guys, once again, man. Please like, subscribe, share, join the conversation, man. once again, we will not be here on next Tuesday, but join us on next Monday night, where we talk nothing but the running backs. We will probably give a little quick a rundown of what happened on Saturday just to get it out the way. But after that, it's strictly running backs on. Ooh, who is that?
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah.
I got stories. I got all sorts of things to talk about. Let's get it going, baby.
We go get it going, man, y'all. This being your boy EC22, J-Dub and Coach D-Way, man. We'll see you guys next
Enjoy
Monday.
it, guys. Have a good one, man.
We are out. Throwing the
Be blessed.
deuces. Thank you.